Welcome back, Besties!
Hey, we're together. This never happens. Together again. Reunite and feels so good.
So, this week we read
Wallbanger by Alice Clayton, which was not what we were originally going to read this week.
No, I had actually picked Beneath the Stars by Emily McIntyre, I think.
Yes.
And I did not even start it because I'm a procrastinator.
And I told you I had to DNF it for right now. Not because I hated the book. Like, I liked the book. I liked where it was going. One of the characters died in a car accident, and that doesn't usually typically bother me. It was just the afterwards, that
fallout from it.
The fallout from it. The trauma was just going to be too close to some of my own personal trauma from that happening to me.
And we weren't ready to combat that. So we DNF'd it for now. We will come back to it. I think it was really good up until that point, right?
Yes.
You said it was a great book?
I was really enjoying it. Like, I've read some reviews of people being like, they're so dumb. But I'm like, they're teenagers and in their early 20s. Like, of course they're dumb. But, yeah. Up until that point, I was really enjoying it. Like, I was getting through it. And I was like, okay, cool. This is a great book. And then I was like, oh, this took a turn that I was not prepared for.
So we DNF'd that one, but we'll come back to it later at some point when we're more prepared. So we went the opposite direction and decided to read a Twilight fiction. Oh my lord. A Twilight fan fiction turned published book.
Turned Passion Flicks movie.
Turned Passion, which we watched
last night. So, Wallbanger by Alice Clayton.
I hated this book.
I read this as a Twilight fan fiction in 2009. And I loved it. I loved it so much. It was originally called Edward Wallbanger.
Okay, if I had read this as a fan fiction in 2009, I probably would have been obsessed. Just based on what I know about myself from back then. I probably would have been obsessed, and that's fine. But now, in 2025, it's not Twilight fanfiction anymore. It's a separate entity, and I did not like it. No offense to Alice Clayton, I did not. This was not the book for me. I am giving it, I think, 2.5 stars. And that's probably me being on the mean side of things. I'm giving it 2.5 stars.
I'll give it 2.5 stars too, because there are
the movie was better.
Yeah, the movie was loved. The movie. Anyways, I
feel terrible about rating a book low, but I did not like this book. And not every book is for everyone.
Yes,
there's going to be some people who rate books low, correct. And not every book we read is going to be for me. Mm-hmm. I hated this book.
So it was published back in 2012, or 2013. I think it was 2012. I know it got pulled from fanfiction.net in like 2012 as Edward Wallbanger. So I had not read this book until we read it. Like, I had just had it in my mind as a Twilight fanfiction, and what I remember the Twilight fanfiction being. There was dual point of views in the Twilight fanfiction. There was a whole other storyline that got cut from the book. I just felt like the book cut a lot out, and like it didn't get replaced.
Which is saying a lot, because the book
was a 400-page book.
It took me. The audiobook was 14 and some hours, 14 and a half hours or something, and that's fine typically, but I think maybe what also contributed to me not liking this book is the narrator.
Oh, 100%. The narrator was terrible.
The narrator was awful. Mm-hmm. It was awful. They did it kind of graphically, where they did, instead of just reading it, they did like sound effects and stuff with like the cat and with the three girls that Wallbanger is banging.
The harem.
The harem. The narrator just, and I don't know, maybe that's what contributed to me not liking this book, but overall I was not in it. I was not in it.
Yeah, no. She played me some of that narration last night after we watched the movie, and I was like, oh no.
It was bad. And I might be able to pull some up and play something on this on the podcast.
Oh my gosh. So,
but it was really terrible.
It was really bad, y'all.
And I just it started out with like 1950s band music.
Right, and I didn't, which is weird. Like, I think that it's weird that it started out that way, but the big band music does come into play in the book.
It does, but like I didn't know.
Right, you wouldn't have known. Like,
hold on, let me see. I might try and play just a few minutes, just like a few seconds, just to see, because I don't know if we'll get pulled for.
Yeah. While she does that, we have some fun things to show you guys. Like a Bookworm Besties wine tumblers. It currently has a mocktail version of a Harvey Wallbanger cocktail. My friend that used to be a bartender, she helped me figure out hopefully some way we can make this a mocktail that doesn't taste terribly.
Yeah, because neither of us. I mean, you don't drink at all, and I rarely drink, so there was no point in making real Wallbangers since we don't drink. Okay, you guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
Oh, it's on one. Hold on. Let me put it on normal speed. Okay, now let me skip forward and see if I can find
Giggler.
Do you want to do Giggler?
No.
Okay.
That was traumatizing last night.
So bad. It's so bad.
Oh my gosh.
Go on. Oh God. Thump. Oh God. Thump, thump. What the? Oh God. That's so good. I scrambled up out of sleep, confused as I...
That's what the narration was the whole time, was sound effects.
That's so bad.
And let me tell you, one of the girls is called Spanx, one is called Purina, and one is called Giggler. So you just heard Spanx. She gets spanked because she's a naughty girl. She gets spanked, and then Purina meows. That's why she's called Purina. And so that was terrible. And then Giggler sounded like...
She giggles.
She giggles when she comes.
Yeah.
But the Giggler, do you know what that reminded me of?
What?
When I was listening to that is from My Dad Wrote a Porno podcast,
yeah.
The Duchess.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's who that reminds me of, is the Duchess. Like the way that he narrates the Duchess.
Yeah.
That is. If you have not listened to
such a good reference.
My Dad Wrote a Porno podcast, highly recommend.
It's amazing.
In fact, we should read some Belinda Blinks and then, because it is amazing. But anyway,
I would read Belinda Blinks for this.
I would read Belinda Blinks for this too. She blinks.
She blinks a lot.
But yeah, My Dad Wrote a Porno, Duchess. I don't think Duchess comes in until season 3 or 4, but
yeah.
But that is who the Giggler reminded me of, and I just couldn't do it. And so that was the narration of the podcast the whole time.
Yeah.
Was that, and I was just like, no, oh my God. And so I think maybe, and then Simon's voice was just not that great either, the way that she did Simon's voice, and so, and nothing against anybody, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for the first time in my life, I think I can say I liked a movie better than the book. because the Passion Flicks movie was so bad, and I loved it.
It was so bad. It was so good.
They summed up this 14 and a half hour book very well. Like I was very, very much like they put everything important really in there.
Yeah. They did.
The movie though, like what wouldn't happen in there? The 16 times they had sex in the one night.
Oh yeah.
These people are supposed to be 26 and 28, and they had sex every 2 hours for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours? No,
I can't remember
more than that.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
oh
a
my
lot.
God, it was a lot. It was a lot. I know her coochie was sore.
They had to make up for all the non-sex stuff we got in the rest of
This book didn't have any. Okay, so we had the first couple of chapters where he was banging through the wall, and that it wasn't graphic. Like, we didn't hear a whole lot of stuff going on except for the meows and the spanks and
the giggles.
The giggles.
Yeah.
And the grunts.
The grunts.
They did grunts and groans. It was terrible. Don't listen to the audiobook. Read it physically. Don't listen to the audiobook. I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, like what was there anything in, her freak out in Tahoe.
Oh.
Wasn't in the movie.
Yeah.
Which I thought was important because she acted crazy.
Yeah, she did.
She acted crazy.
She did act crazy in Tahoe. Which, I mean, I would have acted crazy too. Maybe not.
Dare you?
Yeah, that was crazy. It was a whole thing.
How very dare you?
How very dare you? So anyways, let's try our
Wallbanger.
And our cute cups.
You want to do what Britta does?
Cheers. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate it.
I think maybe vanilla extract instead of your skinny syrups.
Yeah, but I couldn't find my vanilla extract.
But it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
We improvised.
That is a mock.
A mocktail.
Mocktail.
It just really tastes like
Juice and Sprite.
Yeah,
Which is what it is. It's not bad. It's really good, actually. And then, did you show me the other stuff already?
No, I just did that because you had your stuff. You're not. But we do have a couple extras of those. If anyone is interested in your own Bookworm Besties wine glaze.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they turned out really cute. I'm really excited.
So I think we have 2 of those. And then
We've got 2 of those left. And then we have stickers. Y'all, stickers. Vinyl stickers good for water bottles and whatnot.
So that's just the sticker version of this.
Mm-hmm. And then we have under the
Watch
out for milked. There we go. Watch out for milked with the angry milk. And then straight from the sack.
Straight from the sack.
With ball sacks. Get it? One of the guys asked if he could get one, but without the balls in the sacks.
What are your straight from the sack, right?
Yeah.
Okay, dude. It's all about the sack, okay?
And he wants the sacks, but he doesn't want the balls in them.
Well, fine. Critique my sticker.
I was like,
Rude.
I can ask, I guess, but he's not gonna get that.
Oh.
He doesn't listen.
I can make another version. It doesn't matter.
He doesn't listen.
Let's go like
But anyways, I got those
I
things.
need to scoot this way a little bit because I can't see your eyes. There we go.
We got those. We got the cups. I really feel like we should do shirts. So maybe shirts will be coming soon.
Yeah.
To help us upgrade our things.
Probably do them on Bonfire, to be honest, because that would be
Super crazy. Yeah.
My mom will probably buy one.
My mom probably would too. She's not listening, but she might buy one.
She doesn't know I'm doing this, I don't think, really, so.
I'll send it to her.
She's not listening.
I'll be like, Riley's mom. See what we're doing.
Here you go.
Okay. So.
One of the dads from Mother's Day Out, I told him about this podcast because he is also listening, or he's also like reading books. He's in a book club and stuff. And I suggested he wanted like crazy stuff. And so I told him to read The Milk and the Handmaid.
Oh, yeah, the milking one.
Minotaur, the Minotaur milking one. I have not read that yet, but I told him to read that, and then I also told him to read the Ice Barbarians.
Yeah.
Books, so. And I told him to read that dragon book. That's 6 novellas in one that I read that was, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? I told him, I was like, yeah, right, it's like no storyline. It's just dragon sex.
It's so weird.
I don't know what happened.
Just dragon sex happens. Okay, so the Alice Clayton, we'll read her, worked in the cosmetics industry for over a decade before picking up a pen, read laptop. She enjoys gardening, but not weeding, baking, but not cleaning up, same, and finally convinced her longtime boyfriend to marry her, and she finally got her Bernese Mountain Dog. That is a huge dog.
I thought that Clyde was orange, but on the back of that book, he is not orange. So I guess I just thought he exhibited orange cat behavior.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So Alice Clayton has published 11 books and a novella. And then the last thing she published was published in 2020. So she hasn't written anything for a while, or published anything for a while. We already talked about it being on Passion Flicks, starring Kelly Berglund and Amadeus Serafini.
That man was perfect for this role.
You know, he did such a good job, but also not who I had pictured him being. Like,
well, that's because we were picturing. I mean, I was picturing Twilight Robert Pattinson, which was a bad visual.
No, like I think if we're gonna go like with Robert Pattinson's characters, I think this would be a good one for Batman Robert Pattinson. With the back muscles when you move that table.
I don't know that I've seen the Batman with Robert Pattinson.
I swear we talked about this.
Did I watch it?
I think you went and saw it with your child.
Did I? I must have. I must have watched it. I probably didn't go see it in theaters, but I probably watched it at home.
I don't know, but there's a point in the movie, I'll have to pull it up on, I think it's on HBO Max. But there's a part in the movie where Bruce Wayne is like moving this like huge stone table and his back muscles. I was just like, oh, okay. So that is.
I have heard.
If we're going to do Robert Pattinson, but.
I have heard fantastic reviews about Robert Pattinson in Batman, though. Being Batman.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard he was great.
He was great.
So, I wouldn't have any problems watching it. It's probably with Ian, because Ian loves Batman. But, like,
who doesn't Batman?
I don't care about Batman.
Okay, so
I'm down for some Harley Quinn.
Yeah, because you're a psycho. No, so yeah, but like in she kept in the book they kept talking about his abs.
His washboard abs.
He
was like, I see 6 abs.
And just like running her hand.
8.
Yeah. So am I like when she's talking about like his abs?
Definitely not Twilight Rock Pattinson.
Definitely not Twilight Rock Pattinson. But also, Brad Pitt from Fight Club.
Mm-hmm.
He has some washboard abs.
Same washboard abs. Also, I may have pictured Hayden Christensen a couple times in this book.
That's a good one too.
Anyway.
He just like looked away. Anyway. But fun fact about Passion Flicks and some of their movies, this is not the only former Twilight fanfiction has been made into a movie on Passion Flix.
Just think of one. I'm scared.
Lick. No. I don't think
I'm scared. I'm so scared.
I don't think it is. It's the book is it's called Gabriel's Inferno. But it's not what it's called. It was when I read it, it was the University of Edward Mason. Anyways, so Passion Flix, if you've never heard of it, is a streaming service dedicated to bringing romance novels to life as movies, a series, and short films that they call quickies. And Wallbanger premiered on the streaming service in 2024, so it's only been out for like a year.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Yep. So yeah, it's only been out for a year. You can get like a monthly subscription service, and it's like $7 a month. There's another level of where you're doing annual pass, but then there's a premiere annual pass that gets you invited to sets.
What the freaking crap? Are you serious?
Yes, I'm so serious. So you can go visit set and see them make the movie of your favorite romance novel. I thought it was a cute idea.
How much is that one?
I can't remember. I remember thinking, why so much? And then I like looked into it and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Okay, that's why.
And you get like invited to like movie premieres.
Okay, so as I was reading this, let's go back to the book. As I was reading this, I told Kymber to make a list of the characters because I'm going to try and guess who was who. So I'm pretty sure that like Benjamin and Jillian, Benjamin and Jillian, which Jillian is who Caroline works for, her interior design company. Jillian and Benjamin are the Cullens.
Yes, Esme and Carla.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Correct.
So they're the Cullens. And then obviously Wallbanger is Edward and Caroline is Bella.
Mm-hmm.
And the two friends, Mimi and Sophia, that is Alice and Rosalie.
Yes.
And then the boys, Neil and Ryan.
Yes.
So Neil
is the sportscaster.
That's Emmett. Mm-hmm. And then Ryan is the nerdy one, that's Jasper.
Mm-hmm.
Which the guy in the Passion Flix looked like Jasper. So great casting.
It was
and
then
good. The ex, James is James.
Yeah.
They didn't even change his name. And then Corey is, I didn't know who that was, but you said it was Mike. I keep saying Matt Donovan because same energy. From Vampire Diaries. Mm-hmm. And so Mike from the high school. Who else was? Oh, the harem. The three girls from the harem. I was thinking they were from like that one clan that's the Alaskan clan or something. The vampires.
Yes. Two of them are. Yes. No, wait, yeah. They are.
I don't remember their names. One of them has like short curly hair, blonde curly hair. One of them is the sister that turned the Cullens in for Esme. So Katie is Kate. Wow, that's original. That's the short curly hair one, right? I haven't read Twilight, and
I can't remember. It's been years. Yeah, it's been a while. Then Nadia was Irina.
Okay, that's another one, right?
Mm-hmm. And then the giggler, Lizzie. I did not write that down in here. It is in my phone.
Oops.
I bet I can do. Lizzie is But she wasn't the giggler in the fan fiction.
Oh.
She was British and had like a Cockney accent.
Mm-hmm.
So they referenced her as Cockney. I don't think it was Tanya. That's the other sister. Anyways, we'll come back to that. Then the guy that Katie leaves the harem for is Garrett, who is her mate in the Twilight movies.
Mm-hmm.
The Nicholsons, who Caroline is redesigning their home for, were the Blacks in the fanfiction, and it was Jessica and Jacob.
Which is an awkward pairing for me.
Yes, it's definitely awkward. And then the two gay guys that aren't in the movie, Ewan and Antonio, are Felix and Dimitri, who were part of the Voltaire.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the queens downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then as I was like reading this book, I was like, oh wait, I did this because I remembered I had read it in a story somewhere and was like, oh, this is such a good idea. And so I did it. And I guess this is what Leslie did. No. So a friend of mine, of ours, I guess, childhood friends, her and I went on a Twilight-themed 30th birthday vacation for me. And we were going to go to a lot of beaches. And I was like, oh, we should do what I read in this book one time.
Oh,
I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember where I had read it, just that I had read it somewhere. And I was like, we should do this. So I have some sand from Indian Beach in Oregon. Because that's what Simon did. And I was like, oh, this is from Simon collects sand from all the places that he goes to.
Let me tell you something, though. If you are superstitious, don't do that. Don't collect sand from the beaches.
Why?
Because some beaches are cursed, and you're not supposed to take the sand from them. Mostly, I think it's like maybe Hawaii. Like, you're not supposed to take the sand from a Hawaiian beach. Maybe.
That would make sense.
I'm probably just spurting off random shit. But, like, there is a beach where you're not supposed to take the sand off of it. It might be, like, black sand beaches in somewhere. But they're like, it's like,
yeah,
you don't remove the sand from the beach.
Interesting.
I cannot remember exact details. I just remember that. So now I don't touch the sand from any beaches. I do take shells.
Mm.
And my child is obsessed with shells. So we do take shells.
Yeah, you can't take shells, or you can't take anything from California beaches. Or at least or at least Venice Beach.
Yeah, there's several beaches, but this one was like black sand beach, and you were not supposed to take the sand. Like,
interesting. I never heard that. Well, now we know. But yeah, so I just
think about whenever he had like a shelf of sand, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, I only have one thing. I don't have
You must not.
a lot. Just one thing, because the other beaches we went to, because I was going to get some from First Beach. And I forgot my little thing to pick it up. I didn't just pick it up and hold it in my hand like he did in the movie.
Yeah, what the heck was that about? He just was holding sand for a few minutes.
Yeah. But anyways, you want to get deep into the book, or how do you want to do this?
Get too deep into the book, because, oh my god. This book was 14 and a half hours, and I think that it could have been 10. It could have been 10 hours. They could have cut out a bunch of that random stuff that I was just like, So, first of all, these people are supposed to be 26 and 28. And the way that they spoke to each other did not strike me as 26 and 28. because all of their little nicknames,
Wallbanger and Pink Nightie Girl and Tiny.
Sweet Caroline, and
Sweet Caroline. Dun, dun, dun.
I don't even know what else she called him.
I don't think she really called him anything other than Wallbanger.
Just Wallbanger. He called her Clockwalker. He called her a lot of things.
He
It was
did.
rude. Personally.
He did, but okay. Anyways, I was like, "Do I need to take notes?" And you were like, "No."
I said no because I was like, "What the fuck are we reading?" I can't. I hated this book. Okay, let's just get into it because it's very fresh in my mind. I just finished it today.
We just watched the movie
last night. I finished it today. The ending was pretty good. It was like, a happy ending. However, there is a sequel of Caroline and Simon, and I will not be indulging in that.
No.
I don't want to read any more about them and their kitchen escapades. Towards the end of the book, he covered an area with honey, and I was like, "Don't do that! Don't do that!
Don't do that!
Oh my god!
Don't do that, people!
Don't do that!" So they had honey and marmalade all over them. They were rolling around the kitchen, getting flour and shit all over the place, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then they got in the shower and did it again to clean up themselves from all the flour and marmalade and honey, and just don't think a shower is good enough. I don't think it's gonna get all the honey off.
No.
I was concerned reading that, and it also, I probably will not be asking to use anything with Ian ever again after this. He says no anyway. I'm like, whipped cream. Let's spice things up. Let's use some whipped cream. And he's like, absolutely not. Chocolate syrup. Make me into a sundae. And he's like, no. And so I will probably never ask for anything ever again because this book has completely ruined
food for you.
Food. Sugar, flour, nuts.
Zucchini
bread. All of it is going to remind me of this book, and I will never.
I'm sorry.
Never.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Disgusting. And then, okay.
So the book,
back to the book. The book was not written badly. The writing was not bad, I would say. I hate the nicknames and the narration probably the most.
Yeah.
I don't think the book was written badly. It was on par with the other books that we read that are, romance, weird, ridiculous,
right,
romance books. It's on par with that, I think. I don't think that the writing or any of the plot lines or anything like that were any weirder or different than other things that we have read.
Mm-hmm.
Or Hallmark movies. Because you have seen The Baker and the whatever. They all get into the flour and sugar and shit. It was not any different than other crap that I've seen. I just didn't like it.
I think it's probably mainly because of the narrator.
I feel like the narrator had a really big part in it because it was just terrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's start off with the beginning of the book. So,
all right.
I tried not to take notes, but I remember quite a bit of what happened. So
the book starts off, and the
very first couple of pages, like what I just played you earlier, the first chapter goes right into the wall banging.
Yeah. There's no lead up to it. It's immediate wall banging. So, Caroline has been given a rent-controlled apartment sublet to her by her boss.
In San Francisco.
And it's a great apartment, very, very fancy. So she is very excited about it. And she's spending the first night or something in her apartment.
She didn't even have the apartment really set up. She got her bedroom set up with her bed and her sheets and everything, and then she put a picture on the wall above her bed.
And then she hears the wall banging, and it wakes her up. It wakes her up because they share a wall, and a painting falls on her head.
Which I would be irritated too.
I would be very irritated.
And so she she just kind of, like, they settle down at some point, and she's
like, oh, okay.
okay. And then the next morning, they leave. Like, the girl leaves. And so she's peeking out the peephole trying to see her neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
And so she sees Spanx, who she calls Spanx, which we later find out is Katie. We see her leave.
Yeah.
And then
that night, it's someone else.
starts again.
It starts again.
But this time,
she meows.
She meows.
And her cat falls in love.
Clive.
Oh, Clive.
Meets the love of his life. And so she nicknames her Purina. And in the book, it was
Nightie.
Meow.
Meow.
Meow. That's the book.
Yeah.
And so it was funny. That was funny.
It is funny.
And so then she realizes it's a different girl. And the next morning, she's looking through her peephole so she can see her neighbor and the girl. And the girl leaves.
Still
did not see her neighbor's face.
Can't see her neighbor's face.
And then the third night, she had been...
she'd gone out celebrating with her friends.
Yes, for her job.
Mm-hmm.
She went to go celebrate with her friends. She got drunk.
Super drunk.
And then her friends get her back home. We also learned that she has some tendencies when she's drunk to hit on one of her friends. I can't remember which one.
Sophia.
The tall one.
The tall
redhead. Because she's not blonde like Rosalie in this book. She's a redhead. Leggy and beautiful, apparently. So they get her back to bed. Oh, they come over and give her a KitchenAid mixer, which she loves.
Yes, because her previous one had broken.
So she gets a KitchenAid mixer for her new apartment, and then they go out celebrating, and then the wallbanging happens while they're putting her to bed, and she's like, buckle up, girls, here we go.
We're about to be wallbanging.
This is happening. And so then it starts, and it's the giggler, which, thank God, the giggler in the movie was not as low-voiced. She did not sound like the Duchess.
Yeah.
I was worried. But, so, that happens, and then they hear it.
Yes, they hear it, and they're like, oh my goodness.
And they're like, you've been listening to this for 3 nights now? This is the 3rd night? And she's like, no, this is the 1st night I've heard this one.
Mm-hmm. So then they talk about how he's got a harem.
A harem of ladies.
Mm-hmm. And then Spanx comes back.
They start the routine again.
And she loses it.
So they start the routine again, and after not being able to sleep for... I thought this was a bit in. Like, I thought it had happened a couple of times before she actually lost it.
Oh, I don't know.
But I can't remember for sure. But so, when Spanx comes around again, she hasn't been sleeping very well. She freaking loses it, and she's got her little pink nightie on, and she scurries over to their door, and she's banging on it, and she's like, cut the shit. Cut it out. I have to sleep. You were being way too loud. Oh, and when he opened the door, I guess he was, like, in a towel, and he was...
No, it was a sheet.
He was in the sheet. He was in something.
Because he was mid-banging Spanx.
He was in a sheet, and he was still hard. She was impressed.
She was impressed. And that was the first time she dreamt of him.
Because she saw his whole setup. And she was like, the abs.
His whole setup.
The abs. So yeah, she dreams about him. And in the movie, and I guess in the book too, I don't really know. I don't know. I have trouble visualizing things. But in the movie, she wakes up screaming his name from her dreams, which I have never woken up screaming someone's name, or screaming at all, I don't think. I don't think I've ever, like in horror movies, people wake up screaming. I don't think I've ever woken up screaming like that.
I don't think I have either. It's very, anyways.
I was very concerned. But, so she wakes up screaming his name. And
must have been a good dream. I don't know.
Oh, pertinent information. She lost her O.
Oh, yeah.
She has not had an orgasm in like 6 months since she had sex with Corey something.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pizza dude. He He can get her a discount on pizza, but he can't get her to orgasm. So she lost her O, and this is a big deal.
That is a big deal. It is a common theme throughout the book.
So she has not been able to do this in 6 months. And then it's because he was like a machine gun.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Just bang, 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 bang. So I guess it was she had
it's not a pleasurable experience.
She had one bad sex experience and her O said, I'm fucking out of here. Bye.
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 Yeah, so
she doesn't have an O. So she had this.
So she's already stressed out about that.
She's
already hearing
tense.
And she's hearing all of the sex that's happening next door. And so she loses it and yells at him.
Loses it. So, yep. And then she goes back. She has that dream about him. And they have thin walls. So
he obviously heard her too.
Screaming his name.
So awkward.
So then she goes to work and she's telling her boss, like, this man.
Yeah, and her boss is like, I love it. It's so funny. Come to my housewarming. For the house that I've been working on for years. It's finally done. So her and her friends go.
They get ready at her house, like at her apartment, and they hear through the wall the boys getting ready. Mm-hmm. This scene gave me secondhand embarrassment. It was not in the movie.
It was not.
But it gave me secondhand embarrassment to watch this, or to listen to this. So the boys are getting ready on one side, the boys that we will be introduced to later. So there's 3 boys on Simon's side. I was calling that rude. Simon's side. There's Caroline and her girls, Mimi and Sophia, on their side getting ready. Mm-hmm. And they're playing music.
Yeah, I think it was Guns N' Roses.
And the girls are singing along, not Caroline. The other 2 are singing along, and they're all giggling and having a good time. And then something happened where were the boys banging on the wall, like, telling them to quiet down, or?
I can't remember exactly, but
something happened.
They did start banging on the wall to each other.
Yeah, they started banging on the walls to each other, and, like, then Caroline was, like, banging the bed up against the wall or something. It was a thing. It was a whole thing. I had secondhand embarrassment from it. It was an embarrassing scene.
Yeah.
I did not like it. It was cringe. Very cringy. But then they all go out to this party.
Yes. And
I did enjoy this part where they're at the party. Mm-hmm. And the 2 girls meet their dream guys.
Mm-hmm. The guys that are built perfectly to a T about what they want.
And the girls were built perfectly for the guys.
Yeah.
Supposedly. So these were their perfect matches. And so they immediately sync up. And they're like all giddy and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then they start talking about how Simon, they call Simon over and they're like, come meet at my new friends. And Simon comes over and he's like, Caroline and him see each other and they're like, you, cop blocker and wall.
Pink Nightie girl.
Yeah, Pink Nightie girl and Wallbanger. And so then they get into it and she's like, I need to talk to you in private. So they go into the gardens or whatever, and they're chatting, and this is really, I love this part, because this is one of the good parts where I was like, this is and so they go to the garden, and they're yelling at each other, basically, like, scream whispering at each other, and he kisses her passionately.
And then he, like, pulls back, and she slaps him.
And then she pulls him back in and kisses him, and I was like, what are y'all doing?
It made me think of, The Princess Diaries 2 between Anne Hathaway and...
Yes, that was the energy it was giving. The guy. I know who you're talking about.
Chris Pine. That's his name. I was like, I knew it was a Chris.
Like, I can see him I know who you're talking about.
You know it's a Chris, but which one? Yeah, Chris Pine, and then you're like, I loathe you. I loathe you more.
This was very enemies to lovers kind of situation happening in this, like, when she slapped him and they kissed again, and I like the way they put it, they did it in the movie too. It was really cute.
It was cute. So anyways, then they called
True enemies to lovers girl over here.
So they call a truce and decide to be friends. And then their friends ditch them because they're going out into a bar.
And they basically were like, do not come with us.
Yeah.
We do not want you
The
there.
girls were like, don't do it.
No. And so the girls go out with their matches.
Mm-hmm.
And
old Wallbanger makes sure his friends start calling him Wallbanger too.
I know. He makes sure that Caroline gets home okay. So they have some banter.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very good scene. Like, I was like, oh, this is going to be it's going to be a good, I was still in it. Okay. I was still in it at this point. I'm like, this is going to be good. They're going to build up to this.
Mm-hmm.
So they had really fun banter.
I did like their banter.
And, they maintained their truce and then they went their separate ways in their separate rooms.
Yes.
And then she gets the scoop. She goes to breakfast with the girls or brunch the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets the scoop on the. So they get the scoop on it, and it's all really just a lot of back and forth banter, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then we get to like a head on things where when her pipes burst, or not burst, but they start going.
Oh yeah,
like we're gonna skip a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, so it's like very mundane, everyday life things, and then her pipes burst. And she freaks out.
She's only in a towel because she was about to take a shower. Mm-hmm. So she's only in a towel. She goes out to make coffee. Was she even in a towel? I think she walked out there butt naked.
She was in a towel.
In the movie, she was in a towel because we can't.
I'm pretty sure she was in a towel.
She was butt naked. And she went out to make coffee, and then she grabbed a towel while she was running around because
Simon came over to help her turn off the water. And they're slipping and sliding all over. And yelling at each other.
Bumping into each other. Mm-hmm. He gets the water turned off finally.
Yeah.
And she's just kind of like, great.
Great, yay.